I'd like to invite you to join in the chalice lighting reading, which is printed in your order of service and was written by Rachel Winkler when she was in coming of age in 2015. In memory of all the years in this beautiful community with loving and accepting people, we give thanks. We light this chalice as a symbol of our faith and of our own self-worth. May we always find peace in places we love with people we can never forget.
Our opening words this morning are some new words to We Gather Together. We gather together to offer thanksgiving, to welcome this morning of friendship and song. For sunlight and stories and memories dancing, we sing out in harmony, young voices strong. We gather together to offer thanksgiving for joys that are shared, magnify and increase. And where there is pain, may a burden be lessened. May our harvest of kindness and love never cease. We gather together to offer thanksgiving, to work for a world where no hunger is known, taking time to be thankful for all of our blessings, receiving and giving what care we have sown. And we'll sing. Our opening hymn is We Sing Now Together, and it's number 67.
Join in the words of our unison affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. So be it. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Good morning. Wouldn't this have been a lovely day to have slept in? It is so good to see all of you here. We know you have a choice to make on Sunday morning. We appreciate your flying with the First Parish in Bedford. Let's see, how many of you are going somewhere other than your own home on Thanksgiving? Lots of you. How many of you are having lots of people come to your house on Thanksgiving? And how many of you are serving turkey on Thanksgiving? How many of you are serving something other than turkey on Thanksgiving? And what are you serving, Nina?
Smoked duck.
Smoked duck. What time will that be, Nina? Don, what are you serving? Spiral sliced ham. And one more. Let's do one more other than turkey. Dot. Roast pork. Oh, wonderful. What time will that be? Welcome, everybody. Welcome if you've been here forever. Welcome if you're here for the very first time. It's very good to be together. Yesterday, we celebrated Mary Welch's 100th birthday. It was a great event. And I should tell you that she's not the only centenarian among us. Let's see. There are some other things here. Oh, yes, Mary Welch, by the way, yesterday sent a letter to President Trump. You know, there is the tradition of presidents sending letters to centenarians. Mary sent a letter saying, you know, I think you need a letter from me more than I need a letter from you. Today, after the service at noon, there will be Quiche and Tell, an event put on by our membership committee for newcomers and new members and those who would like the opportunity to get to know one another a little better. So you're welcome to come to Quiche and Tell at noon. It is so good to be here together. And now is the time for the Junior Youth Choir and Janet Welby. Well, here we are. It's Thanksgiving again. The years just race by.
Yep, I absolutely love Thanksgiving. I love all the festivals. I love the fall. I love that good feeling in the air.
I love being with family and friends, and I really like listening to the choirs sing at church. Don't they sound good?
Yes. I like the traditions. Just being here in our 200-year-old building makes me happy most of the time. If these walls could talk, I wonder what they would say about all these Thanksgiving services through the years.
Well, you know, back when the church was started in 1729, we didn't celebrate Thanksgiving as a holiday. Native people celebrated the harvest season and had their own traditions and rituals to give thanks for the bounty. And then the European settlers came to this land in the 1600s and brought some of their harvest festivals and religious traditions. One thing the European settlers did to give thanks for the harvest season was to have long church services that lasted all morning and all afternoon.
They took a break to go over to the tavern in between. I'm glad, though, we're not doing it that way now. In fact, this year, I thought that in honor of our 200th year, we could have a little Thanksgiving gathering right here on the chancel.
Ooh, this sounds like fun. But who should we invite? She's going over to you.
I would love to be part of your Thanksgiving celebration. I am from 1790, and President Washington has just made a declaration that November 26th will be the Thanksgiving celebration. We are thankful, we are grateful for the end of the war against Britain, and we are thankful for the ratification of the new United States Constitution. This will be a very special Thanksgiving.
Wow, I'm so glad you're here. What an honor. Have a seat. Join us.
Thank you. Oh, you have a cornucopia.
Yes, this is our horn of plenty. And we have it here because sometimes during the harvest season, we fill it with fruits and vegetables and other nice things to celebrate this time of year.
I have no fruit, I have no vegetables, but I did bring my Bible. Let me add my Bible as something special to this cornucopia.
Thanks.
I hear you're having a Thanksgiving celebration. I'd like to be part of it. Can you hear me? Okay. You know, I'm 94 next month, so I've been celebrating for a long time. One of my favorite memories is getting ready for Thanksgiving, which we would start doing in October. My mother would get a pound of meat of some kind, and we would actually grind it ourselves. We had a meat grinder. Anybody here have a meat grinder? Hey! Anyhow, she would grind the meat, and we would chop apples and raisins and dates and nuts and things like that and mix it in with the meat. We'd add a little cider to make it moist and all of that. And then she would put it into glass jars, pour a little brandy into each jar, and set it aside for Thanksgiving pies. And 3 or 4 weeks later, the pies would get made. And it was just such a joyful anticipation while all this was going on. Does anybody make their own pies still? Do you make your own mincemeat? Well, I have here a pie. It's not a mince pie. I don't know, are mince pies hard to get? It's an apple pie. But I'd like to share it with all of you anyhow and wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, that smells delicious. Can we bring it to community hour?
Yes.
After the service? Whew. There's a song that this is all reminding me of. It's a happy family feeling song, Over the River and Through the Wood. Let's sing it. The words are printed in your order of service.
I am so very glad that this table now has some elders in it, 1780. Thank you for coming. And she wants to watch things from the front. That is fine. I think we love elders, and we also love young people around here. And I wonder who else might join us. Our cornucopia is already so much more bountiful. Well, hey, Julian, so glad to see you.
I heard you're having Thanksgiving here on the chancel. I'd love to join in.
Yeah, sure.
One of my favorite things about Thanksgiving is that I get to see my cousins every year, and I always play games with them all the time. It's really fun. I brought
Nice.
this deck of cards. I'll just add it to the cornucopia right here.
Oh, that looks great. A deck of cards.
Oh, I'd like to play that with you.
Sure, why not?
How about coming into the common room at community hour and
Sounds
we'll play?
great.
Hey, I heard you guys are all having Thanksgiving up here. Do you mind if I join you?
No, come on over. Good to see you, Noah.
I like Thanksgiving. I like hanging out with family and friends, but I also think it's a little bit of a complicated holiday. Native people were celebrating the harvest way back before Europeans got here. And when the Europeans got here, they didn't really respect the humanity of the native people. And yet, we have a holiday celebrating joy and community. So, I brought this microscope here to remind us that we should look at this day from many perspectives and keep an open mind.
Each year we wonder what on earth to do with these guests at your table boxes. Look at them. There's even a huge one up there.
I don't see it. Where is it?
I too would love to be part of your Thanksgiving celebration. I just am so proud to be a member of a congregation that has agreed to provide physical sanctuary, okay, for an undocumented immigrant who is in danger of unjust deportation. We raised thousands of dollars to create a gorgeous living space upstairs out of an old meeting room with an attached kitchenette. Okay, we put in a shower. We put in a washer and dryer. We are prepared to accept our guests and to keep them safe. Okay. In fact, last week, we had our first overnight guest, and he brought us perhaps the greatest gift of all. He chose us as his place of sanctuary.
And we also have reason to believe that we may be welcoming other guests in the future, so we must be prepared. The Unitarian Universalist Service Committee has a program called Guest at Your Table, and each year we invite you to take these boxes home and keep them on your holiday table. UUSC is a human rights organization that works with some of the people in greatest need around the world, those who will benefit from our contributions. And so as you celebrate your holidays, you can put your spare change or dollars into this box, and then just before Christmas, we'll collect them again. It's a way of extending our hospitality, not just here within this building to those of us around this table, but around the world to people in great need.
This sounds a little bit like what we did in 1790, raising money for people who need it.
That is exactly right. So, please look at the windows and you will see the boxes there. You and your family should take home a box, place it on your Thanksgiving table. Throughout this giving season, fill it up to overflowing, just like our cornucopia, and bring it back to us after the first of the year. And to kick off this drive, I will add the first coins to the box on the table.
Good.
We're big, we're small, we're young, and we're old. We laugh, we play, we learn every day. We are a family, living, playing together, together. We hug, we care, we help, and we share. Living together with love, together with love. We sing, we hope, we dream, and we grow. We're other people living together with love, together with love. We are a family, living, working together, together. Sing with us. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Keep singing. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la.
La 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 la, la 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 la.
La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La la la.
There are no free seats in this church.
Oh, that was really great. So our first parish, Cornucopia, looks really fabulous up here, and it has lots of things that people have contributed to Thanksgiving. Traditions and memories and recipes and fun, and now you get to add to the Cornucopia too. So you might have noticed that in your order of service is a little piece of paper that is a fruit, a vegetable, something like that, a harvest veggie usually. And during this next time when we are doing the offertory music and having an offering, you can draw on your little piece of harvest fruit, and there should be a marker or two or a pencil in your pew. The question you're thinking about: what gift do you bring to your Thanksgiving table this year? What gift do you bring? It could be something like a favorite food, like a mince pie. It could be something like friendship, like Julian really loves playing with his relatives out with his cards here. And it could be something like a good memory passed down through the times. It's really an open question. What gift do you bring to your Thanksgiving this year? And so in a moment, think and write about that. You could draw it if you like. And we're going to send the offering baskets around. And when you have finished putting something in the offering basket, you can also send a kid, you or a kid can, meaning a kid, or you can send with a kid your picture up here to the basket in the front. And so our morning's offering for the good works of this church will now be gratefully received.
Hi, everyone. I can see that you have a very welcoming table.
Oh, yeah. It does look good. Good to see you too, Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. It is a welcoming table. We have room for you.
Thanks, Blue. I've been thinking about what Thanksgiving means to me, and I have some thoughts too. I even wrote them down.
Oh, good. Tell us.
Thanksgiving is a time for families to come together and bond. By definition, love is a deep affection for someone. It doesn't have to be between opposite sexes or even inside both families. There's so many kinds of love. My opinion about love is that it's all mental. No one should tell you who to care about, and you can't force it. I see families being abusive to each other. I see arranged marriage, and I see people dating someone just for their looks. Those aren't real love. Real love is caring for someone deeply no matter what they look like or what their background is. That's why I like the idea of adopting, because you're choosing to have a child that you want, and even if they aren't blood related, that doesn't matter because you love them. So this Thanksgiving, let's come together and love who we want to without someone judging. For this is our lives, and love needs to be spread throughout the world. I bought a friendship bracelet for the cornucopia. It symbolizes that family is a bond and love is a bond. This Thanksgiving, my hope is for everyone to be grateful for what they have and to share whatever they can.
What a wonderful Thanksgiving table we have here, and we're all sitting at that Thanksgiving table, so it's wonderful to all be together. We want everyone to feel welcome in this congregation, and so a couple of times a year we also pause to welcome those who are new members at First Parish. And since the time we welcomed new members last spring, there are 7 additional folks. And first of all, I want to ask Rebecca Green-Neal, our clerk, to come forward, and folks from our membership committee who are prepared to say some words and give some welcome to our new members. And I'm going to read the names of our new members, and as I do so, as you're comfortable, please come forward and stand up here on the chancel as well so that everybody can see your beautiful faces. And I begin with Kira Bemis, and also Howard Herman, and Deborah Herman, and Judith McConnell, who is here in spirit from her place at Carlton Willard, and Eleanor Swanson, and Noah Southard, and Kelly Umstadt. I just love the demographic of this cohort. You've got the Herman's turn around so people can see you. You've got the Hermans who are the youthful end of this spectrum, and you've got Kira and Noah who are wise beyond their years, and you got some folks in between as well. And it just speaks well of this congregation that you have made the decision to call this your spiritual home. And what we do on these occasions is give you a flower, and we also have flaming chalice pins. And remember, the flaming chalice is a symbol of liberation. It dates back to the years when Unitarians were helping Jews and others escape from Nazi-occupied Germany, and this was a symbol that was stamped onto visa documents so people could find safety as they escaped. And it is an especially apt symbol in these troubled times because the flaming chalice fought fascism, and the flaming chalice said that all people have a right to be free. But that's not all, you know. That's not all we give people. Sometimes we have given red clown noses, and we have given Bertie Bott's magical beans, and I recently was given a pair of flaming chalice socks, and you know, those are nice things that we might give in the future, but it is your good fortune today to also, in addition to all this other great swag, you will be receiving refrigerator magnets. It just doesn't get any better than this. We are honored by your presence, and it is really an important day, and we appreciate your trust in this congregation, and our congregation is truly stronger by your presence. And so I'm turning it over to the clerk next.
Friends, you have joined a free church, a church with a proud heritage. No creed will bind your heart or mind. Live and speak as freely as you are able, with charity, integrity, and courage.
And now it's our part. We all stand. We welcome you into our liberal religious community. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Let us worship together in such affection that our differences strengthen one another. And let's swoop it up for this cohort of new members.
And since we almost stood still, we are about to sing, and this is hymn number 407. We're going to sit at the welcome table.
Friends, dear friends, as years go by and heads turn gray, how fast the guests do go. Touch hands with those that stay. Old hands to young, strong hands to weak. Around the Thanksgiving table, touch hands. Touch hands, for every guest shall go, and every lamp burn low, and every cabin empty stand. Forget, forgive. Forget the false, forgive the foe, for every guest shall go. And who may say that Thanksgiving Day shall come to host or guest again? Touch hands. Amen, and blessed be.